All right, so, we love digging into these little bits of news that really get you thinking, and today, we have something pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely some fascinating stuff going on here.
We got this report, Texiang to Tempelkun, and it's all about Conor McGregor showing up at a BKFC press conference.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But it's not really about the bare-knuckle fighting itself,
Right, it's the stuff he's saying about his future.
Exactly, and we gotta talk about that. We're diving deep today into what he's saying about his priorities, fighting versus something else.
That was good.
Yeah, so right out the gate, McGregor basically says, straight up, I'm happy with what I've done in the fighting world. He even said there's something else really tugging at him, pulling him in a new direction.
And that something else is the big question everyone wants answered.
Right, and he doesn't really leave us hanging, does he? He goes on to mention running for Irish president, he actually puts it out there.
Yeah, and the report digs into how, he's been pretty critical of the Irish government in the past.
Yeah.
Especially their immigration policies. He's been very vocal about that. And now he's saying he's going to, tackle these issues head on if he gets elected.
It's interesting, though, because it's is this a new Conor, or is this the same guy we've always known,
I see what you mean.
He's 36 now, and he's been out of action since that nasty leg break against Poirier back in July 2021.
July 2021. Wow, time flies.
I know, right? But then he still talks about making this huge comeback, the greatest comeback, or the biggest, most anticipated comeback of all time. I mean, come on, that's classic McGregor.
Yeah, he always has that self-belief, doesn't he?
But here's the thing. He says, right now, Ireland is in my thoughts, and that's where I'm at. It really seems like his headspace is shifting more towards politics, even if he's still kind of holding on to that fighting dream.
Yeah, it does seem like his focus is elsewhere at the moment.
Okay, but here's the thing. For you listening, the report throws in this little nugget that the public's reaction to a McGregor presidency might not be all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting.
Because think about it, that huge fan base he's got in the fighting world, does that automatically translate into political support?
Not necessarily, no.
It makes you wonder, right?
Well, his whole persona as a fighter is built on, aggression and self-promotion.
Right.
But in politics, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
You have to be more diplomatic. You have to build consensus.
Okay.
The way he's been so openly critical of the government, it might actually work against him. Alienate some voters, even if it resonates with others.
So it's a real gamble.
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's try to sum this up. What are the big takeaways here? It seems like McGregor is legitimately thinking about getting into Irish politics with the presidency as a real goal for him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
He's still hinting at coming back to fighting, but his focus right now seems to be all about Ireland.
Exactly. He's talking about a major career change and saying it's coming from this sense of duty to his country.
Right.
The big question now is this just him talking, or is he actually going to go for it? And how will the Irish people react if he does?
I mean, that's what I want our listeners to really think about. McGregor has this very specific public image from the world of fighting, right? How do you think that translates into the world of Irish politics? What kind of challenges and maybe even advantages does someone with his background and his personality face when they try to, become a national leader? It's a really complex question.
Definitely something to ponder.
It's a fascinating intersection of celebrity and sports and politics.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for helping break this all down. It's been a great deep dive.
My pleasure.
We'll see you all next time for another one.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye.